This video is brought to you by hoodbeast.com. Design your own custom hoodies. hoodbeast.com.
Yo, what is up guys? It's me, Zach Lee, back bringing you guys some more daily NBA news. And we got a few stories to talk about today, so let's get right into it. Let's go. So before training camp actually starts for most teams in the NBA this upcoming Monday, the Cleveland Cavaliers decided they get a head start. So they held a little bit of a mini training camp for the players. I believe every single player on the Cavs showed up, which is good because the Cavs do have some new faces that they have to try and incorporate into the team. So this will give them a little extra time to try and build some chemistry. And speaking of new players for the Cavs, someone who everyone is wondering how he will fit in with the Cleveland Cavaliers is Derrick Rose. We all know that Derrick Rose didn't have the best offseason. Earlier in last year, he said that he was hoping to get a max contract, a 5-year, $150 million contract. However, as the year went on, I think he realized that that might be a bit out of reach. So he just said that he doesn't care about the money and wants to win, wants a chance to win. However, after all the big free agents were taken up, after all the teams almost had their rosters set for next year, Derrick Rose was still a free agent, and then he had to sign with the Cleveland Cavaliers for the veterans minimum, $2.1 million per year. Now, Derrick Rose might not be his former MVP self, but he is still, of course, worth more than $2.1 million. Derrick Rose is by far the most underpaid player in the NBA right now. It's crazy to think that a former MVP, who is still in his prime, had to sign for the veterans minimum of $2.1 million. Derrick Rose is probably the first player in NBA history to ever have to do this. And like I said, everyone knows that he's underpaid. Even LeBron James knows that he is underpaid, as it just came out that LeBron James is invested in helping Derrick Rose to land a bigger contract this upcoming summer. I've heard for the first couple of days Derrick Rose has been killing it. I've also heard that Rose is invested in Derrick Rose's career so we can get that next contract. Alright, so that's great news, right? Derrick Rose is killing it, especially since they might be without Isaiah Thomas for the first couple of months in the regular season, and will need a starting point guard, or a point guard who can start for them at least. Since if not for Derrick Rose, it will probably have to be Jose Calderon. So it's good news to hear that he is killing it. How much he is killing it, how good he will be for the Cavs, we will just have to wait till the season starts to find out. And as for LeBron James being invested into Derrick Rose and trying to help him get a bigger contract this upcoming summer. Now, LeBron James has always been pro players getting paid. Earlier this summer, he said Steph Curry is worth around $400 million a year. So, you know, he wants to see other players get paid. And you can even just look at some of his recent history to find that out. He is the reason the Cleveland Cavaliers had to pay Tristan Thompson all the money that he is getting paid. And same thing goes for J.R. Smith too. So LeBron has helped players in the past get paid. How he's going to do with Derrick Rose though, I don't know, especially if LeBron is considered to be leaving Cleveland. I don't know how he's going to influence any other team paying Derrick Rose more. But that being said, I don't even think LeBron James will have to help Derrick Rose get a bigger payday this summer, because he can't possibly get paid any less than he's being paid right now. Dude is already making the veterans minimum, so any deal he gets next summer is guaranteed to be a huge pay raise over what he is making right now. There is a reason that Damian Lillard is a huge fan favorite. People see him as real, down to earth, kind of humble, and most importantly of all, loyal. Loyalty goes a long way amongst NBA fans. If you're a player that is extremely loyal to your team, fans are gonna love you. The loyal players always get some extra credit in our books, even if they never manage to win a ring in their career, which is what Damian Lillard plans to do. Well, he doesn't plan not to win a ring in his career, but he plans to stay his whole career with the Portland Trail Blazers, even if that means not winning a ring. I'm not joining nobody. I would not win a championship before I go team up and do all of that, unless it was something I couldn't control. I'm saying this because this is how I feel. Not how I feel at the moment. This is just how I feel about it. I think if that's what somebody wants to go do, I'm not mad at them for doing it. I'm just telling you what I'm not going to do. That ain't how I get down. This type of loyalty is very rare these days. Very, very, very rare. And I would love to see Damian Lillard win a ring at some point in his career. I hope that the Portland Trail Blazers are able to put the right pieces around him where he can win a ring. And I also find it funny how he said that this is just how he feels, not how he feels right now, or just not caught up in the moment, but this is how he feels, period. That he is just not the type of person that would team up with someone else to try and win a ring. And that's important to note because of course we know that some players have said things in the past that don't quite match up with the actions that they chose to make later down their career. I know you all know who I'm talking about, so I don't even have to say any names, but you know, here's a picture. Speaking of putting the right team around Damian Lillard to help him win a championship, a player that could help the Portland Trail Blazers come a little bit closer to championship material right now would be Carmelo Anthony. And I know I talked about Carmelo being traded to the Rockets happening this weekend yesterday. However, another report came out yesterday about Carmelo Anthony being traded to the Portland Trail Blazers, saying that if the Knicks and the Rockets aren't able to work out a deal, that Carmelo Anthony will waive his no trade clause to join the Portland Trail Blazers. Damian Lillard and CJ McCollum have been recruiting Carmelo Anthony this entire summer, and Melo hasn't said no. He just said that he's focused on trying to get to the Rockets right now, kind of insinuating that if things don't work out to go to Houston, that he would agree to maybe go to the Blazers. And actually this report that came out doesn't even just make it sound like he would be willing, it makes it sound like all that the two teams need to do now is have Melo sign off on the trade that would send him to the Blazers. Carmelo Anthony's people are trying a Hail Mary attempt to get him to Houston. Knicks won't do it before he accepts a trade to Portland. So yeah, it really sounds like the two teams have a trade in place ready to go down, but Melo just needs to waive his no trade clause for the Blazers first. And Melo to the Blazers is a better trade partner than Melo to Houston, since the Blazers have a lot more to offer the New York Knicks than the Houston Rockets do. They can give up a young player, plus they have players like Evan Turner or Mo Harkless that they could throw in to make the contracts match up. Whereas with the Houston Rockets, it would just have to be a Ryan Anderson for Carmelo Anthony swap straight up pretty much, since the Rockets have almost nothing to offer, which would not be a good trade at all for New York. So who knows, like I said yesterday, Melo is optimistic that he will be traded to the Houston Rockets this weekend before Monday, but if that doesn't happen, if the two teams aren't able to work out some miracle deal, then we could be seeing Carmelo Anthony in a Blazers uniform before the season tips off. The Phoenix Suns just signed Anthony Bennett.
Well, good luck with that.
And lastly, we gotta talk about a couple of rule changes for this upcoming season that a couple of players won't be too happy to hear about. The James Harden and the Zaza Pachulia rule. So the Zaza rule, refs will now be able to look at replays and determine whether or not the defender recklessly positioned his foot in an unnatural way after defending a shot. If so, then that could result in either a flagrant or a technical foul. Then the James Harden rule. Officials will now be able to ensure that shooters are in their upward shooting motion when determining if a foul on the perimeter is worthy of free throw. I love both of these rules. See, James Harden is dope. Of course, he's one of my favorite players in the NBA, but I just had to say that nothing would annoy me more than the way he would get to the free throw line from the perimeter. He would like take the defender's arm coming off a pick and foul himself with it, and it would work every single time. That's why James Harden was fouled 104 times from beyond the arc last year. That was over twice as many as the runner-up Lou Williams was fouled. It was just crazy how easy he made it seem to get to the free throw line from beyond the arc. So those are two things that the officials will be looking out for more this upcoming season. Like I said, that's a good thing, but at the same time, James Harden is a finesser. I'm sure he already knew that the league was going to put something in place to stop him from getting fouled at the three-point line this upcoming season, so he has been developing a new way to draw fouls. I can guarantee you he will come up with something else. That's just the type of player he is. But that's it for today, guys. Hope you did enjoy the video. Let me know what you think about all of this down in the comment section below. Do you think Melo is going to the Blazers or the Rockets? Do you think Derrick Rose will get paid a lot more next summer? How much more do you think he's getting paid? And how do you feel about Damian Lillard saying that he will never team up with anyone else on another team? Let me know what you think about all of that down in the comment section below. But once again, thank you guys for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video, and subscribe and turn on post notifications for more daily NBA videos. And until tomorrow, keep getting the bucks, Team STC, and I'm out of here. Peace!